Welcome to the Roundtable. My name is Moses Desire, where the weight of current socio-political issues meets scrutiny. Here, we demand answers from those who have it and seek clarity from those who want it. Today, we'll be discussing a very pertinent issue. Ahead of the 2024 elections, the NDC, the NPP, and the New Force have shared their policy considerations for the youth. But beyond that, in recent time, we've noticed that Ghanaian youth have become increasingly apathetic towards politics, governance, and nation building. And today we'll be dissecting to figure out what the cause is and look at how we can increase participation of the youth in nation building, governance, and politics. So please take a seat, get some popcorn, and when we come back, the show begins. This is the Roundtable. Thank you very much for staying with us. Today we'll be having a very light-hearted conversation about something that's really serious, and we've assembled some of the brightest young minds in this country to share their perspectives on the issue. So I'll start off with the gentleman in the breasted seat. You're looking very political today.
Thank you very much.
Are you coming from a very high-level meeting or something like that? Okay, so that's Emmanuel Apij, popularly known as Berima Bakope. He's the Tain Vice President for the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, and also the Secretary to the Scholarship Committee of the GIMPA SRC. Additionally, he's also a very prominent anti-Galamsey campaigner. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
What's this beautiful damsel in our midst?
Dogbe Gakpeto Melody.
Gakpeto?
Yes.
Oh, so are you related to the popular Daniel Gakpeto?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. So the brains runs in the family, eh? Okay. So what do you do?
I'm a public relations student at the University of Media, Arts and Communication.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Who do you have here?
So I like to be called Diamond JL. Yeah, I'm a student at the University of Ghana, Legon. Yeah, and I'm a business person, a business consultant to be precise.
They have a lot of money.
Oh, Charlie, yeah, they're just working around. They are students, so they don't really have money. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine boy, talk to us.
We the fine way.
You fine past all of us. Right?
Yeah, my name be Jeff, John Jeff Che, and I'm coming from Africa Center for Entrepreneurship and Youth Empowerment. I'm the project associates.
Yeah. So the reason why we have Jeff here today is that we wanted the conversation to be very comprehensive. So beyond listening to the perspectives of Ghanaian, you also wanted to know what policy think tanks' position is on how we are empowering the youth to take part in nation building and politics and governance. So he's here to play the devil's advocate and share expert advice on how we can chart the path forward. So let's get into the conversation. Politics. There are political parties, there are political movements. Some people call themselves forces and etc. I want to know, are you very interested in politics and nation building in this country? Let me start off with you, Melody.
Yes, I'm very interested in politics.
What informs your decision to participate in politics?
Their manifestos and the ideas they have for the nation. I believe some political parties really know how to develop the nation, but other political parties are just confused. They don't know what to do. So.
Hey, you've started on a very violent note. Let me take that. So you said some political parties know how to develop the country and others do not. So it means that you know the political parties that can and those who can't. Are you willing to mention the names?
Of course. The National Democratic Congress is very good.
From your perspective?
Yes.
But for someone who's as young as yourself, what really have you witnessed? Because
from, let's say, 2016,
okay,
I've seen what the NDC has done for the nation. And looking at
what have they done?
I can talk about the Kwame Nkrumah circle. Things were at a cheaper rate. I used to buy egg like 70 pesos.
Okay.
And now egg is like 3 cedis.
Okay. So
the way I eat egg, or the way I used to eat egg in 2016, compared to now, it has reduced. And it's not good.
Okay, so for you, what informs your decision is the policy directions of the parties.
Yes.
That's what convinces you. So I hear you are giving plaudits to the NDC. So if you are convinced by the NPP's policy direction, you can be swayed. Is that what you're saying? Or
No.
it's fundamental? When you're growing up, you are born into an NDC family and you continue the tradition. Or you're a very intellectual person who focuses on policies. What is it?
It's about the policies. If
Okay.
NDC's policies are good, I go with NDC. If NPP is good, I go with them. I don't really have a party I stick to, but listening to the manifestos and everything, I'll go with NDC.
We'll come to the manifestos, talk about a little bit about the highlights. But let me take takes from your colleague panelists.
Sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me come to the business consultants. How engaged would you say you are in Ghana's political system and nation building and governance? How engaged are you?
Okay, so I'm interested in the nation being built.
Okay.
And I'm interested in politics, but I feel the approach to it, the whole approach is lacking.
Okay, talk to us.
Because when you look at the word like politics, okay, when you look at the etymology, it's like polis. Okay, it speaks of the governance of cities.
Okay.
Bigger. So like the whole concept of politics is that a city is being governed. When you talk about a city, we have structures, we have systems.
Okay.
Like there's a whole like economic like systems, like there's a whole structure as to how things are being run. Do you get it? And then I feel like the politics we have currently, okay, there is no full disclosure. Like it's really, really like falling behind. Like for example, yeah, out here the dollar is increasing compared to the CD rate, and like there's no explanation why did the dollar increase with respect to the CD. Why? Like come and explain to us. Oh, this and this happened, and this has happened. That's why we are facing this.
Okay.
Like there's no full
They're
disclosure.
gatekeeping information.
Yes.
Okay.
Like so, like we are all here.
And is it something that you think it runs through all the political parties, or it's in consonance with just one?
But I think since I was a child, the first person I could remember was Emi Sata. Yeah,
May so rest in peace.
yeah. So I think I loved him. Maybe I don't because I was a child.
Okay.
Yeah, like I really loved the man. Yeah, and from there till now, it's been like that. We are here. This one has increased. This has increased. This has increased. You've not heard that this has decreased. Like it's very rare. Yeah, and there are times that my focus is the dollar to CD rate because that's like one of the internationally recognized like things that affect the
And just as
economy.
the current vice president says that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Like we have been here and then the dollar has decreased with respect to the CD. Come and explain to us how it decreased so that we can work on it more for it to decrease more.
so you are saying that because of the inability of our leaders over the years to be accountable to the people,
Yes.
you
Like
have
to
lost
the layman.
interests
Yeah.
in politics.
Yes. We don't know why things are happening the way they're happening.
Okay.
And there is no explanation being put forth rightly.
Thank you very much. There's a politician in our midst, so I think he'll be the best person to answer the questions. that you put forth.
That's one.
So-
That's one.
I can't ask you if you are engaged or because your portfolio alone, your introduction alone shows that you are an active player within the political system. First of all, let me understand what informed your decision to participate in politics. That's one. And two, do you think the kind of politics that has been done in this country over the years, regardless of your political affiliation, has inured to the benefits of the citizenry?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, the reason why I decided to partake in politics is this. You see, we cannot allow octogenarians to lead us into a future they are not going to be part of.
Okay.
Think Akufo-Addo is 80 years.
Okay.
The vice presidential candidate of the NDC is 70. If they are to live up to 100, they have at most 30 or 20 years.
But I think you are being a bit skewed. Forgive me, because your flag bearer is also a bit well advanced in age.
Yes. So what
You
I'm
didn't
saying,
mention his name in your.
that's what I mentioned. Our vice. I'm not so sure of his age. That's what I
Okay.
mentioned. Our vice presidential
Okay,
candidate.
that's fine.
Yes, you see, you look at what Akufo-Addo has done. He has at most 20 years if he's to live up to 100.
Okay.
I am in my early 20s.
Okay.
If I'm to live up to 100, I have 80 years ahead of me. Now look at the kind of, the economic mess this current government has created.
Okay.
I'm not sure they are going to live to, see the consequences of what they have done. So I believe that as a young person, I should partake in politics to take charge of my own future.
Okay.
Yes. So that in the end, I am the one who is going to bear the consequences of my own actions.
Okay.
Not for someone to decide, make decisions, and I will be the one to bear its negative consequences.
Okay. But Berima, I have a challenge because the approach you are prescribing for us is something that we've seen over the years. The same politics has been played over over and over and over again. And we are not seeing any meaningful results, impactful results. But you are standing by that position. That's the same standpoint. You believe that is the tool that is going to change the fortunes of this country.
That is true.
Why is it so?
Well, you see, you said you have seen, but I want to also ask you, how many young people you see as peers or in the circles of national politics?
But the people we see there now were once young people.
The young people we see are, Sami Jenfi, Okujeto Ablakwa, they are the very, but you can see Ablakwa has been working. But what I want to say is, if we have more young people, if let's say there is JL being here and then he's a businessman, and then we have lots of these young people who are into businesses, we have majority of them in parliament, and then there is a task that is going to, affect SMEs, small scale and medium enterprises, that will run their businesses down. Of this, lots of these entrepreneurs are into online, the youth are into online. So they have their people there. They have more young people there who understand them
decisions
and know how they feel to fight for them and what they want.
Okay.
Yes. So when I go to parliament, and majority of them, more than majority, are grown people. They don't know what, the current youth, they don't know what you are going through currently, what our needs are.
I get you.
Yes.
I'm trying to be the devil's advocate because you see, the challenge with a lot of Ghanaians when you make this assertion is that the same people who we believe should be the future of this country, we see them consistently towing the same line as the supposed octogenarians you are referring to. So you take a look at some of the party spokespersons, the social media keyboard warriors for the different parties. They are the same people. They're young people who should see white and call it black, or who should see black and call it white. But they turn a blind eye. So what level of assurance are you giving us that if we continue this path of politics that you are prescribing, it will change the fortunes? But before you answer, I've noticed that Dangote Jr., Jospon Jr. has something to ask you. So let's take his question, then I'll come back to you. So,
yes. So you made a statement that you are into student politics, okay, to take a hold of your future, to set the path for yourself. You get, and the thing is that it seems like those who are currently in possession, that's the same thing they said at your age. Yeah, so it's the same thing over and over again. So I think the focus is that you are focusing on yourself. They are not looking at the generations, their children that are coming after them. So you are thinking about your future. When you get there, it's me. So you are going to spend the money to benefit you. Do you get it?
I can see our policy expert has something to say. So you are from an apolitical organization, I say.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably do not move on partisan or political lines. From where you stand, the kind of politics we do in this country, is it what will save this country?
No. So I say we pride ourselves with not being partisan, not being biased.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean we avoid difficult conversations and the tough questions. It just means that we try to identify the issues that are persistent to the youth, the very youth we want to chart the path for. Or you're referring to yourself, not the youth, because he said, my future.
Yes.
His future.
He's thinking about himself.
But don't you think everybody's thinking about it? Let's be fair. Everyone is thinking about it.
Well, we don't need people who are thinking about themselves up there.
Okay.
That's the problem we are facing.
Okay. So now I want to know, what is Aseye doing to correct what you might think is a wrong or erroneous thinking? I want to, first of all, give us a background of who Aseye is or what you guys are. Then let's chat the part of what you guys are doing to contribute to the empowerment of youth in nation building.
So Aseye stands for Africa Center for Entrepreneurship and Youth Empowerment.
Okay.
And we are a center for entrepreneurship, and we also try to empower the youth to take charge of their future. And entrepreneurship in the sense that, businesses are out there trying to thrive, but the environment is not favorable for them. And so as Aseye, we advocate for policies and policy reforms to help the business owners and entrepreneurs out there to be able to flourish. And we also do youth empowerments. We have a scholars club across 5 tertiary institutions in Ghana: UPSA, UG, Unimac IJ.
The best university in the country, by the way. Thank you.
UMAT and KNUST. And there we try to change your mindset we don't want you to be like the very people we are trying to save the country from.
Thank you.
So we have a curriculum. We teach you how to identify problems from their roots, try to think systems thinking, link the problems and solve problems at the base. Not so that's what ASE is about. We are a youth. You see, I'm a member of the first course of ASE, and our host here too is.
I'm super proud to inform our audience that I am an alumnus of the ASE Scholars Club. So if you see that I am very fluent, I have an understanding of politics because of initiatives like this, and I'd recommend it to anybody who's looking for an alternative to the NDC NPP politics. That is where you should be investing your future in, right? So yeah.
So we are not coming to tell you who to support, who not to support. We want you to see the issues at hand so that when you get there, you solve it differently.
All right. Now, let me say on you. You engage a lot of Ghanaian youth because of some of the initiatives you embark on. In your engagement with them, your direct engagement with them, what are some of the challenges they face? What are some of the fundamental challenges they face in their day-to-day living in this country? What do you think are some of the fundamental challenges they face?
So thank you for that. So there's one particular project that's currently going to be rolled out, the Young Ghanaian Voices.
Okay.
We conducted a survey across the country, targeting the youth specifically, to gather concerns, issues that they think that they are facing, that the government is not addressing. Then we come up with a policy brief and a press release to put it out there, to put our leaders to work on them. And most of the youth don't feel heard. So that leads us to a topic for today.
I think Dangote Jr. was
apathy towards the politics.
Yeah.
They don't feel heard. We have a lot of concerns out there. They want the leaders to do something about them, but they don't feel heard. And the very people, the very student leaders that have access to the politicians and the MPs to they want to take they want to follow the path of their politicians.
Jeff, I feel like you have a certain level of antagonism towards student leadership and politics. Is that what I'm seeing? Because in your rhetoric, you have consistently bashed, or your problem is the kind of student leadership that is being done. That's your problem.
It just hurts that we are out there trying to make an impact, trying to change the mentality of the youth.
Okay.
Trying to change our future leaders, get them to be different people, and then you come meet people, interact with them. I'm the deputy electoral commissioner for my hall, Alexander Kwapon Edun.
So you're also a student leader.
Hall. And you see my position there too. I'm not.
You've chosen that position because you want to be very
electoral commissioner too,
neutral.
Very neutral. And then interactions with some of the people running for various portfolios.
Their motives.
See that there is no difference. And if we think this is going to save a country, it just hurts. That's the impact we want to make out there. We are doing so much, but I think we need people like you to enroll in our Scholars Club.
So after the show, you definitely take his number.
Yes. We have
by fire, by thunder, he should be part of it.
We have to groom you so that when you go out there, you'll be different.
Okay, so let me ask my last question for this segment. We take a break, then we'll come back and focus on specific policy proposals by the different parties. Now, you've spoken about neutrality. Before we even started the show, Dangote Jr. was saying something about political neutrality being a myth. I want to take the thoughts of everybody on the panel. Melody, do you think that you can be truly neutral? The concept of political neutrality, do you think it's a myth, or there are people who are truly neutral, like Jeff is aspiring to be, or he is?
He is not neutral. From the way he was talking.
Thank you.
You can know, or you can feel that he's affiliated to a party, but he just doesn't want to say it. He can't be neutral.
So you can't be neutral?
No.
Nobody's neutral?
No.
Even God has favorites? Is that what you're saying?
God has not favorites.
Okay, so you believe that Jeff is not neutral?
He's not.
But when you say from the way he's talking, I don't. Okay, that's my perspective. But if you think
he's not neutral,
that's for you, dear. Okay, let me let you speak for yourself. Do you think it is possible for someone to be politically neutral?
Myth.
Mm.
You know, one way or the other, you have some form of apathy towards a political party.
Okay.
One way or the other. There's some form of apathy towards a political party.
Okay.
So sometimes you may think to, in your opinions, it seems to, you seem to relate to or agree more with a certain political party.
Right.
Yes, that is how it is. Political neutrality to me is a myth. You cannot be completely neutral. No.
So no,
you're either black or white. You can't be.
You can't sit on the fence.
I should.
So
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
How about you, Junior?
yeah, I think you trying to be neutral, it's a waste of time. Yeah, seriously, it's a waste of time. Yeah, because you see, if you are neutral, you be behind the scenes and you're looking at people like advancing actions, and you are like, this one could be done like this one could be done like this. And when you look at, like, let's say the political parties, you realize that, like, everyone has, like, let me say, a vision for the country.
Okay.
And they have, like, policies and actions and objectives. When you look at each and every one of them, there are ones that you are affiliated with, one that, like, you like, oh, this one can have the country, but some you're like, no. When you look at the other ones, you're like, oh, this one can have the country, some no. And why don't you then step forward to advance the let me say, their values?
Do you necessarily have to align before you make change? That I want to understand that from your perspective.
The thing is that if you
or you are saying, let me finish. Yeah. Or you are saying, because inherently Ghana's political system is a duopoly, as it might seem. If you truly want to be in the thick and thin or the business end of our politics, you have to align with one of them before you can make change. That's what you're saying. Necessarily. Okay, so help us understand.
Like me, like this, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, for a time, I was aligning towards that waste of time. Okay. I like to say waste of time because, like, I was sitting back and I was like, let them do what they want to do. And for example, my hall like this, like, I'm like, nah. So as I now, like, I took the action to be part of the Senate. The whole Senate. Okay. That's like electoral parliament in the whole. Yeah. So over there, I can, like, advance my opinions. I can put forth my actions. Yeah, for some things to be done. It's not necessarily a party affiliated.
Okay. So you are saying you have to be involved in the process.
For you to advance the
but things. But you can do that devoid of being on the divide.
Yes.
Okay. But I think then you align with what Jeff is saying. Jeff is also
saying.
It's
not a neutral point too.
Okay. Let's listen. Let's allow Jeff to speak for himself. Jeff. The heat is on you now.
Neutrality is not about disengagement. It's not about not partaking in it.
Okay.
It's about you not allowing your alignment cloud your judgment.
Okay.
So you are NDC.
No. The point is not about NDC and PPO. The neutrality you are saying is that, like, you are not like, let's say, MPP has some policies that.
That's not what I've been saying. I've not said.
Okay, so let's try to understand what you are saying. Then we can make rebuttals if necessary.
Yeah. I don't understand.
So let me put a question to you. What is your concept of political neutrality?
So my concept is that neutrality is not about the affiliation to a party or not.
Okay.
It's not also about you disengaging yourself from the politics. Okay. We want to solve issues. We want to solve problems. So when you find yourself out there in a position to help solve some problems, you don't let your affiliation to a particular political party affect your or cloud your judgment. If you are affiliated to NPP and NDC is doing something that's solving a problem, you don't say because you are NPP, this is bad or no, this is not. At Aseye, we level the playground, level all the policies or promises you say you do, and criticize them equally, not biased. So my organization is, you see, as we are like an advocate, and technically, we shouldn't be out there affiliating ourselves in a particular party because of credibility and integrity.
Yeah.
Just so that whatever we put out there remains credible. That's why I'll say that Aseye is neutral, but for individuals within Aseye,
they might have their own affiliation.
But then
in the discharge of their duty, You don't allow it to.
Perfect.
Fantastic. We're learning a lot today. I agree.
So,
you guys agree that we are learning.
When
a lot.
that thing came up earlier, I was talking from ASE. But as an individual, whatever my affiliation is,
But
it's
you
not
have them.
clouding my.
But do you have them?
That's my.
Okay,
own.
sure.
Okay.
My point is that everyone believes they have something that is going to advance a
The
cause.
nation,
Yeah. So like let's say I'm here. Let's say I believe I put the water here. I'm advancing the country.
Yeah.
But you think otherwise. Do you get it? So that's where let's say the clouding of the judgment you're talking about comes in. Because nobody is doing something that they don't think it's beneficial. I don't know. Or I don't know. Maybe MPP is doing something that they don't believe will help the country. I don't know.
He's
Everybody
trying to
believes
say, I
in
think
what they are doing.
I understand his perspective. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just here to be a referee. But I understand
Sure.
he's trying to say that it is impossible for you to not be affiliated and your judgment not getting clouded. Because definitely,
That's what you believe
once
in.
you align,
Yes.
you believe in
Yes.
whatever direction
Yes.
the divide or the spectrum is moving in.
Yes.
So, cosmetically, you can say, oh, yeah, neutral. But definitely, you will definitely
Yes.
move in that
Unless
direction. That's what he's saying.
there's a clearly cut
So if
out
you're not-
line
if you're not part, you're not
that
part.
this
That's
is wrong, this is right. But there's nothing really
So
out
where
there like
does Melody fall when she says policies for NDC are good? NDC policies for MP are good.
So Melody, answer the question. Now I'm going to answer for you. I'm trying to tell people that she's lying. I think she's lying, but
I'm not
answer
saying
for yourself.
if your policies are good, why wouldn't I vote for you?
So there's a day that you
clouding
vote for
her
MPP.
judgment?
It's not clouding my judgment.
she's not
So-
really,
so
really
it-
she
it
doesn't
means-
know what she's
it
even talking
means-
about.
A lot of
I
people.
know.
No,
Okay,
you see-
let me direct it
you
to
see-
Berima here.
Bema will be very honest. Bema, be very honest with us. Do you ever think a day would come where you would vote for MPP based on the fact that their policies are credible and better than the?
No.
Isn't that why you do campaigns? Try to convince someone to align with the policies. But then
So-
you think
So the conversation is getting interesting, and we'll have to take a very quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a casual look at some of the specific policy considerations by the MPP, the NDC, and the rising new force. My name is Moses. I guess still watching the roundtable. When we come back, we'll continue. Okay, welcome back to the roundtable, and it's already been a very interesting conversation. We are coming to the dying embers of today's episode. But before we go, let's just take a look at some of the policy highlights of the three leading political parties in this country. So the National Democratic Congress, one of the flagship policies is a 24-hour economy. And I'm sure most of you have heard about it. They've been trumpeting it for a very long time. Melody, are you convinced by that policy direction by the National Democratic Congress?
Yes, I'm convinced with the 24-hour economy because if we have bank institutions that run 24-hour economy, if you are stranded, I don't think you would have to call somebody to send you Momo or something. You just go to the bank and you withdraw your money and go to where you are going to. But then here lies the case, bank.
But
The
what's the
bank was-
direct correlation between that and... I'm not saying it's a wrong policy. I'm just trying to understand it better. What's the direct correlation between that and empowering the youth? Because you are a young person. Your brothers, your sisters need jobs. I want to understand. Explain. For someone who might not know, explain how the correlation between that and creating job opportunities for the youth.
It will create a lot of job opportunities because if I am selling tomatoes in the market
Okay.
and I go to the market at 6 a.m. and
Okay.
I close at 5,
Okay.
I know if I close at 5, my sister will also come and sell tomatoes.
Okay.
And the money she makes is coming to the same house.
Okay.
So if I work from 6 to 5 and she works 5 to the next day, and then I also come the following day, it will help the family because I can support my dad with that money I get from the tomato selling.
Okay. That's okay. So that is if it's being practiced within the business sense. So, okay. I have a few challenges with the standpoint, but I'm just here to be a referee. You should be able to speak to it better. Tain Vice President, your party's flagship policy, the 24-hour economy.
The game changer.
The game changer, okay. What does it have in store for the youth of this country?
Okay, so basically the
Briefly,
24
briefly, yeah.
The 24-hour economy is more like 133.
Okay.
So one job for 3%
Okay.
in an 8-hour shift.
Okay.
I don't know, but then if you have friends or relatives abroad who are studying, you realize that they are studying, some are studying and working at the same time. They go to studying and they go to work for part-time, you get me? And then you get to earn something to support yourself.
Okay.
And then with the economy, this is how it's, security, agro-processing, manufacturing, pharmaceutical.
All these industries are
everything
covered.
are going to run 24 hours in a day. This is going to increase productivity. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to increase productivity. This is going to, help the economy be more export-driven with our farmers and everything. It's also
If our
going to,
industries are running 24.
yeah, 24 hours.
Okay.
Yes. And then with also the security services, security would have to be beefed up. That means more employment for those who want to join the security agencies.
And I've noticed that that's been captured as part of the conditions that will make the policy effective.
So basically, that's what all the 24-hour economy is about. More jobs, more prosperity, more growth, more income.
Okay. That's a nice pitch. All right. Dangote, talk to us. You are a businessman.
Yeah, he's a
You've heard
businessman.
about this policy.
Yeah. And
Are you excited?
If I didn't mention, I study economics and accounting.
Fantastic.
Combined major.
Fantastic. Talk to us then.
And being an economics student,
Okay.
nobody would let me say trash such a policy. Yeah, just the way it's being worked around. That's all that has to be.
So what are the challenges from your perspective?
Yeah. So I think there are some already, like, let me say, aspects in the economy that are already running 24 hours. That's mobile money and all that. They're running 24 hours already.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Mobile money.
it's 24 hours. Yeah.
3 a.m.
Oh. I mean, you can do transactions. Mobile money is just it's not all
Oh,
about
okay, so you're talking
withdrawing.
about banking apps and
If
mobile.
you get somewhere to withdraw, you can withdraw. Yeah.
Oh, but I know some localities that don't. Osu like this. Osu. Laku.
Triple process.
Triple price.
Triple price.
Triple price with the hair.
Street lights.
Oh yeah, there is.
So as part of the policy, I think they are saying one of the fundamental conditions for the policy to be effective is the beefing up of security. So you're going to empower the security service so that even if when we are doing our normal night routines, we are still covered. But a place that would need it is Osu, because Osu they're already doing 24 hours there.
Yeah, let me just say this in person. Okay. When I came to Legon, there's this market there. It's called Nice Market.
Okay.
Yeah. When I came to level 100, in my mind, Nice Market day. I mean, 24 hours. Yeah. I actually thought they don't work in the morning. But I got there in the morning, they were there.
Yeah.
Like, Nice Market means in the evening to be there. I got there at 1 a.m. and they were closed.
Say,
I was really disappointed. Really disappointed. Yeah. So with the policy, yeah, I think that it can work and I stand for it. Yeah. My only thing is that the current economy, some things has to be worked on. For example, the banking system. Currently, I went to the bank and I had to sit for hours. I didn't know what was being done. Somebody only came to deposit money, like over 1 hour, and they'll enter this and then I'm like, hasn't anyone come up with a better idea a better system to work around?
But that's why Baba Digital is saying that he wants to digitize almost every part of the economy.
The thing is already digitized though. It's computer.
To make the process seamless.
Yes, I didn't understand I sat down. I didn't know what the lady was doing, and she was smiling and looking at us, and we're sitting down for hours. Yeah, so I think like the efficiency should be worked on.
Yeah,
that's here
for it to be effective. There are a lot of things that need
and
to
the productivity and all that.
But the policy theoretically,
it's okay. But I just have to the current things have to be worked on. Banking system. You want the banking system to run 24 hours. It's running. It's closed at 4 or 5. 4. And look at this issue.
Too many. Yeah.
Charlie.
Okay. So you think they should just revisit the policy, take a look at fixing the existing issues, and rolling it out.
I think it's a very good policy.
All right. Policy experts, talk to us.
Well, I also think it's a very ambitious policy, and if implemented well, it will really help. But I think 3 things that need to take into consideration regarding the infrastructure we have: uninterrupted power supply. You have to fix that before you can get a 24-hour economy running. Because let's do that. Quick. Transportation. How are you going to liaise with trotro drive? Because not everyone drives to work. How are you going to get someone a trotro from Amasawan to Accra at 3 a.m. if the trotro driver says, "My
Bema, would you want to respond to that?
Yes, I would want to respond.
Okay, so 1 minute, quickly.
Okay, quickly. So with what is said with electricity supply, I don't want to drag this, but then you know that somewhere in 2015 we experienced heavy doom show. And in 2016, through Ameri deal and other deals signed by the NDT government,
Okay.
we were able to solve them so. And thanks to another government who cannot, under some financial obligations, we have started facing the power challenges again. So when the NDC comes back to power, the whole Doomsaw issue, it will go back.
Hey.
It will vanish completely.
That's what the current party said.
With the,
Okay, so your promise is that you would.
Yeah, Doomsaw, we will not experience it under the NDC era.
Okay.
Never again.
Okay, all right.
Yes. And then with the transportation, like I said, 3TY, it's not going to be the same driver, driving throughout. Some sort they can't be spare. He would have a spare driver to come and take over during the night. Then so far as there are customers, there are people going to work in the night, they have people to pick up, they are definitely going to operate.
Okay.
And like I said, security will be beefed up. So
All right, that's fine.
you can't
Wrap up for me.
Quick thing. One last thing is also about how you're going to fund this economy, because
Ambitious
you are
project.
bringing 3 people to work the same role, no change in time. So 9 to 5 is also 8 hours. Now you're going to do 8 hours, 3 people, 1 role. Are you going to pay them the same amount? Are you going to reduce the salary for each? Are you going to increase because someone's
So-
working late?
Okay, so
What do you
Berima,
think about that?
so you've noticed that probably the communication about the policy, there are certain areas that are lacking. And so this is something I think you can tell your superiors so that we can have a better understanding of the policy. All right. Let's quickly take the last two. We are running out of time. The New Patriotic Party, I think one of the major policies for the youth, they want to train 1 million Ghanaian youth in digital skills. Are you excited? Short submissions. Okay, why? You're not excited about acquiring digital skills?
You can learn that on YouTube.
But
No, like let's be serious. I can learn that on YouTube. If I want to learn graphic design, there's YouTube, there's Canva.
is it that I don't trust the policy or
I
don't trust the
don't
people
trust-
behind the policy?
Both. I trust the policy, but I don't trust the people behind the policy.
Why? Okay. Let's leave it at that. Berma,
Yes,
are you not excited? 1 million Ghanaian youth digital skills.
digital skills. Well, I would say that this is it's a laudable policy, a laudable one.
Okay.
But then, the accounts have this saying that, which is literally translated as, if nakedness promises you clothes, ask of his name.
Okay.
Look at
and what
the
is his name?
nakedness.
Okay,
And he's promising
okay.
you clothes.
Okay.
Look at the political party, look at the NPP, the kind of promises they have made, how they have fulfilled them. I mean, the ones they have been able to fulfill, how they have fulfilled them.
So your problem is that when it comes to their social contract with Ghanaian youth, they've been reneging on their
They are not
obligations.
trustworthy. They are not people you should trust.
To an extent, if you look at, I'm a journalist. If you look at it, I've covered stories relating to NAPCO trainings, and you look at the doldrums they are currently in because of an initiative that was geared towards helping them. It's pitiful. So I understand that perspective. But don't you think they've turned a new leaf? We're going to get a new driver.
A new driver. The driver who is trying away from the responsibility of himself and
Okay,
his
yeah,
boss.
face you. Dangote, talk to me.
Train 1 million youth
Yeah.
in digital skills.
Yes, because we are moving into the information in the digital world that the youth must acquire such skills to be able to become
Oh,
economically economically resilient and independent.
really? I will. Okay. I think this policy, they can just integrate it into the educational curriculum,
Okay.
because the youth, I mean, they are being enrolled in schools majorly.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 1 million youth you find out there, they are in schools. So I don't know how they plan to come about. I've not really,
Okay.
yeah, like I say. So if it's money, that money can be pumped into the educational sector
Okay.
to, activate that policy.
All right. That's fine. What does I say you think about that policy?
Yeah, so just as I say, I think it's better if it's integrated into the educational system, because this sounds like a means to come up with a cash transfer program where they can
Siphon the
squander some
funds,
money
yeah.
again. And even if they want to do something like this, how are they going to get everyone involved? The inclusivity, it's like those in the undeserved regions. Internet connectivity must
Big
be
issue.
solid before you can benefit from something like this. So it's cool, but implementation and all that, I think I don't know the details, but all of that has to be considered before you can come up with something solid.
So clearly, just like the 24-hour economy, some of you have challenges with the implementation of this policy. Lastly, the self-acclaimed savior of this country, Nana Kwame Bediako, popularly known as Cheddar, he's the leader of the New Force movement. One of the particular policies that relate to the youth is that he wants to change the curriculum to turn students into job seekers and entrepreneurs. And I think that's something you should be excited about. So he believes that there's a challenge with our current curriculum. It should focus on making the Ghanaian youth an entrepreneur. What do you think about this, Melody?
Is it by force for everyone to be entrepreneurs?
It's not by force. But you see, the white collar jobs do not exist anymore. And the future of economic independence, if you look at what the research has shown and what some of such organizations, like I say, are doing to make, because you can't work for someone forever. Owning your own enterprise is one of the ways to go now when it comes to becoming economically independent. So if Cheddar is saying, I'm not defending him, I'm trying to explain it to you. If he's saying that our curriculum should focus on turning students into entrepreneurs so that you can have something to do for yourself, I don't think it's a bad policy.
Focus as in majority or minority.
But there's nothing wrong if everybody owns an enterprise, is there?
So everybody should be working on their own in their country, in this country.
That's what you... I want to answer the questions for, but is that what you want? Do you think that policy is good?
It's good, but I don't think that would work in Ghana. This is Ghana that we are talking
So
about.
Ghana, we are destined to work for people all
No,
life.
I'm not saying you are destined to work for people, but you can't get everybody working for themselves in this economy. It won't work.
All right, Berma.
Okay, so this does not represent the views of my political party.
Okay.
Okay, so personally, I believe that the current curriculum needs a little bit of a revamp, a little change. I think our education system needs some form of change to be able to be restructured. But then with the entrepreneurship, I think entrepreneurship is a good thing, to be an entrepreneur, to own your business. But not every one of us can become an entrepreneur. If I had to go, if you all decide to go into businesses, who will buy from whom?
Okay.
Are you going to then
Point well established.
Yes.
Dangote, talk to me.
Sure. So picking from what he said, no, the thing is that I'm not getting their mind here. It's not about you working for someone or someone working for you. It is about the mind that you have the mind of an entrepreneur. I have my own business.
Okay.
I have 2 businesses right now.
That's what we call it, Dangote.
Yes. Yeah, but I still work for people. Like I'm working for Infoport.
Yeah.
Like I work for so many people. I work with people. So the mindset is that you have people you're working with.
So he wants to instill the entrepreneurial mindset.
Yes. And like that, when you're working for someone, the way you do it is different.
Because that comes with other benefits, like problem solving skills.
Yes. The
systems thinking,
initiative,
etc.
thinking on your feet,
Yes.
all that.
All right,
Some like major problem solving skills are on earth in you.
Okay, thank you.
So I
Thank
think
you
we should
very
look at it
much.
from their mind.
The entrepreneurship think tank. What do you think about an entrepreneurship policy?
I think this particular policy is something that resonates very well with us. Considering the fact that we are of the view that the Ghanaian must free themselves from the chain of the government. The government taking part in everything you do, working for the government, everything, the government. Take charge of your own self.
Self-reliance.
And this can be done when they groom you from childhood, when from basic school, SHS, you've been taught how to identify problems and come up with your own solutions.
Okay.
Then something like this in the education system would be a big game changer for Ghana. And someone like our chairman over here who wants to change
The future of
the
this
future for himself,
For
if he went through a different education curriculum, he will see it differently.
Yes.
All right.
He won't see like that. You see different.
So he will see it different. The last was from Jeff from Aseye. So we've had a very interesting conversation. We've shared different perspectives. We have challenged the stereotypes and discussed the matters in detail. But my question to you is, one, why are you apathetic? That is, if you are, towards politics, governance, and nation building in this country. And if you are involved in politics? Why? What informs? Let's know in the comment section. Let's know what your views are. Additionally, we need to inform you that this beautiful production is Kanketsi Infoport Media. We'll be coming your way with different episodes, but our goal is to make sure that we provide you with the information that helps you to make better decisions as a youth. My name is Moses Zayaku. You've tuned in into the Roundtable.